Good morning. Good morning. Hope everybody's doing well this fine morning. I am doing okay. It is... Oh, God. Feels weird to be complaining about the weather again, but it's raining today, which is not great. Because it means it's going to freeze later today, and so we'll have to deal with an icy weekend, which is less fun than the powdery snow we've been dealing with. And mostly I wouldn't care too much, except I gotta walk the dog a couple times a day, which, again, happy for the break, happy to get out. But, oh gosh, walking in the rain is not a lot of fun, especially when I know it's going to be, like, the temperature's dropping this afternoon, it's going to be going into the freezing range again. So I expect to fall down multiple times as we go. All right, enough of random chat. Let's go into the art stream. So today I'm going to be doing another 2-hour-ish fan art from Silksong. I want to do something slightly different because last time during the game itself, not a whole lot of interesting things, like, shouldn't phrase it that way, not like a whole lot of memorable things happened. So, like, I ended up, the most dynamic thing that happened was I had to fight this boss multiple times. It was the ant, giant ant dude, and like the flying ant dude, who, excuse me, I really should learn their names. Gave me a lot of trouble. So I want to kind of revisit a previous fan art piece that I did and just kind of improve it, add another character to it. And by improve it, I mean probably just redo it from the scratch, because it was, I think, one of the first bits of fan art that I did. So I think it'll be an interesting chance to see how I've progressed since then, because I've done like a good handful of art pieces since then. So that is kind of the plan today. But first we'll start with, as I always do, redlining and kind of critiquing my previous week's work to figure out what I want to kind of focus on this coming week. So if you haven't been here before, I work on, I'm doing the digital painting in the free open source program Krita, using, I have a drawing tablet. It's I think a Canvas 13. So it's not that big, but it does have a screen on it, which helps for some things. And the brushes that I use are, I bought Jazza's digital art brush set. So my preferred brush currently is this one, the what is it called? Jazza's Oils Thick is my preferred brush. But yeah, that's kind of where we're starting. So let's get started with looking at last week's piece of art. Okay, so we have, overall, I quite like how this turned out. It gives me very cute and very warm vibes. I feel extra bad having beat them up quite a bit in last stream, searching around Bellheart. I don't know that I have any I don't know that I have any technical critiques for the art itself right now. I think I'm remembering back to the process it took to get here, and that was a little bit rough. I think what I want to remember and try to keep in mind is that I remember struggling a lot with like this whole section here. Like I was making a lot of little brush strokes trying to do too much. Whereas what I ended up here with like these big bands of color with like the little streaks in the middle there, I think that ended up working a lot better for kind of the style that I like to paint in. So we're gonna, oh, my camera disappeared. One sec. What happened? Okay. Not sure what happened. But we seem to have it fixed now. Okay, and I'm back. Very odd. Sorry, what was I? The larger brush strokes, I think I need to remember, or I want to try to remember, start big, work small, instead of what I was trying to do last time where I was trying to build up from small yet to the effect that I was going for. That was not the way to do it. And then I like the gradient here, and the gradient here, and then the gradient here, kind of showing some of the extra light. Just taking advantage of the medium of digital painting and being able to layer on these effects afterwards, I think worked really well. And I like the way that this ended up, this turned out. So, yeah, there's not really much specifically that I want to work on from this piece. But if we take a look back at the previous piece with the ant, who, having looked up their scar, excuse me. Hello, Steven, and how's it going? Or Steven. Yeah. I remember you hanging out last Monday, right? Yeah, so I want to redo this piece with the boss fight, with this guy and the flying scar. But I want to redo it because this is not, I don't know. Hornet looks fine, but like this guy back here is not really doing much for me, in terms of like, if you know the game, you can kind of tell what it's supposed to be, but I'd rather have it be more clear. So this week, what I want to do is I want to really work on the composition and make it like super dynamic, and have include the other scar as well. Yeah, I could do Hornet fighting Lace too. That's true. I've only fought Lace once, I think, which was it in the deep docks, I think it was. But yeah, no, if you wanna see that, I could definitely do that. I don't know very much of what the storyline there is because I've, again, fought Lace once. Let me see if I can pull up the image of Lace. Yeah, sure. Happy to take requests from for small streams like this. We'll do Lace. And then I will hold on to that. So for how do I feel? I'm okay with spoilers to some extent. Like, I know because I didn't kill Lace, I will probably run into them again later. But I don't know if I really want to know like the full story of it. But yeah. Hang on, we got Lace, we got some reference images up. Images. Okay, let's see. Open this image. All right. Okay. We have interesting. Sorry, so Lace is the daughter of the one who wanted Hornet captured at the start. That's neat. Oh, where am I going? Okay, so rough reference image. We'll do. Excellent. Yeah, no, thank you. That's very neat. I didn't. I don't know. Hornet's capture at the start so far has kind of just been like a background thing, mostly for me. Like, I know what happened, and I know she broke out, but I didn't really. Oops, sorry about that. Didn't really consider that somebody would have wanted her captured or collected. But given everything that we've been seeing with every all the Weaver stuff, and the fact that she's the child of a half Weaver, I think, right? Is Terror the Beast? Should make sense, which is cool. All right, so let's see here. That's wow. Oh dear, drawing straight lines is rough. It's gonna be a rough art day, guys. Oh man. Okay, so how do we want Lace to be central figure, like stabbing at here? I remember Lace having like a crazy stab attack, lunging. Could be. I don't know. I don't know where I would add Hornet in here. And yes, I guess technically Hornet doesn't need to. Hornet was captured because she was part Weaver. Yes. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. The counterattack, which I definitely died to more than once, I think. Or did I? Because you can hit and then jump over if you're lucky. So usually I was pretty good about avoiding the counter and then dodging away, but not always. Sorry, so fan art wise, I know I don't necessarily need to have Hornet in the fan art, but because we are playing from Hornet's point of view, I kind of want to have Hornet in the art itself as well. So, I'm not upset about this. I think, if anything, I'd want to kind of foreshorten it a lot more, so it's really coming at the screen. But I don't know. It being a rough art day, or it feels like a rough art day already, I don't know that I really want to push myself and challenge myself in that way at the moment. So we'll go with a different. Next option could be, we could do we'll probably be in Hornet's point of view, so Hornet here, her needle out, and then we do lace, which actually, now that I'm drawing it, seems like a very fun kind of inversion of Hornet's physical design as well. So they could be swords crossing here, like a oh gosh, okay. Imagine that's a flaring cape. Hornet could be jumping over Lace's attack. This is true, yep. So we'll be crossing swords here, and like action lines or some explosion or something. Next one, what is, hang on, I need to, we're going to, I need to look at some more of Lace's attacks, because I do not, it's been a while since I fought Lace, and I don't remember all of them. Try not to spoil myself by going too far. They have, okay, this is the article for how to beat Lace in the deep docks, which is fine. I did that. Okay, here's one. There's a stab dash, which is cool. I think there's a big arc crescent slash thing as well, which maybe I want to do. Yes, so the reason I wanted to pull up some reference images is because it's very helpful for background stuff. Like, I didn't notice here, like, there's this giant like bell thing from the same design as the fountain in Bellheart in the background. Totally didn't clock that the first time I played it, because I didn't know what to be looking out for. But the fact that it's a big, which actually I guess is a spindle, isn't it, for weaving and thread and stuff. So this is like a giant spindle with a ball of silk on it, probably, or at least what is probably supposed to be represented as a ball of silk. But yeah, being able to see that now is very helpful. Okay, so we'll do, I always have Hornet on the right. Well, no, not always. I wonder why. I wonder if we could do like a, here, if we have Hornet cloak out here with needle this way, and then yeah, maybe I do just do this dashing attack from Lace underneath. Pokey, pointy. Looks kind of like a cane, huh? And big baggy pants, legs things. Oh. There isn't no clankers. Cool. Belting being a sculptor of the Citadel. That's real neat. But I mean, I think what I said still stands. I think it's supposed to be, because weavers and silk are fully a thing, having it be a spool, or like a spindle for creating thread, being inspired by that, I think still makes sense. Yeah, okay. The other thing is maybe it's not... Like, I like the idea of Hornet jumping over, but maybe Hornet is on this side here, kind of in the same... Oh, no, head facing this way. This way, and... having Lace do a large arc swing attack over here. No, that doesn't read as her dodging out of the way of danger. I wonder if it works better with... Hang on. Let's go with... Let's move some stuff around. Whoa, that is not the one I wanted. But again, wonder if it's more impactful for Lace to be this way, and then Hornet to be over here. Excuse me. No, I don't think so. Maybe it's better. No, because then it looks like Hornet's on the attack and not dodging out of the way, which is fine. I don't know about that. We'll go with... Geez, I don't know. Hornet doing the flip is cool. It's not in the screenshot here. Like Hornet doing this little flip thing is cool in motion, but just kind of as a still shot looks very kind of confusing. Like it's just a shape that makes little sense at the moment. I do appreciate that it looks like they do have some it looks like smear frames maybe, or maybe this is just an artifact here with like the leg being this weird little curve thing here, if you can see mouse in the little tiny reference image. Yeah, that so I don't think I'll do kind of that specific pose for Hornet. I think I'm most feeling this one here, but because we get some nice big views, we'll get the background in there, which will give me a chance to work on the background stuff. But this one's fun too. But since again, I am fairly confident I'll run into and have to fight against Lace again at some point, I'll get a chance to do that later. But we'll do. Yeah, okay. Let's really try to work this out. So we have Lace here. Oops. With their sword like that. We want do we want maybe Hornet jumping up out of the way? Or is it more dramatic to have yeah. Yeah, okay, no, that... So the winning one, I think, is this one here. The only problem that I have currently is that, like, they're stacked like on top of each other, which is not particularly interesting or dynamic, really. So how do I adjust that so it becomes more interesting? And I think, honestly, the answer is literally just need to play around with where they are. Oh, how did I miss that part? Try this again. Nope. Come on. Move it this way. Yeah, give us a nice diagonal here. Yeah, okay. I think that's okay. I think we'll stick with that. So, we shall grab this, a little thumbnail, get a new copy layer. Oh no, paste layer. This will be. We'll name them properly. Thumbnails. Get this one to be stretch it out. Make sure it's correct. Ooh, I got the proportions wrong. That's fine. Rename this to sketch. Don't need the thumbnails anymore. Oh, that. Okay. Try this again. Copy and paste. And is that okay? Great. Yeah, okay. Back to renaming. Sketch. And then we'll lock that one down so I don't accidentally draw on it. We'll rename this to thumbnails again. Great. We can hide that because I don't need it. We'll do a. I know I have a layer called background already, but we'll do a color background. And then we will give it a dark orange, a bit more red, a bit more vibrant. There, okay, we'll do that with the color background. And then we will just do some airbrush, add some nice warm yellows and oranges to it, a bit more orange. And then I don't want that. Yeah, and then we'll do of warmer orange in here. Give it some color variation, and then we'll go lighter. Stick in the kind of same range. A bit more yellow. It's lighter at the bottom, closer to the lava. We'll start with that as our kind of base default colors. And then we shall go from there. Right, so we'll lock that. Definitely going to be changing it more as we go. And then let's start with... Oh, interesting. So lace is very monocolor. Which is good and bad. And then Hornet is also very monocolor. But we'll do, okay. We'll start with lace because I don't paint lace often, so that'll take longer. Do lace. Ooh, how do I want? I'm gonna want to probably color the head separately. Oops. So do lace head, and then we'll go back to our color brush, and then because lace is pretty much just a white color. Oop. I guess it doesn't really matter where. Cool. We'll do that. We'll zoom in. Give myself a bigger brush. And I'll do, again, rough shapes here. Ooh, okay. I need to, I think at this point, just hide the sketch, because it's not going to be helpful to me. And then I need to reset the size of the brush. Because Lace's head is much taller than I sketched it out. It's a big, kind of mushroomy shape. Which, yeah, I think it looks good. Kind of big circle. And then again, because I'm working with a digital program, I can work this way. We'll do a smaller brush here, kind of just carve out a little bit to show the, oh gosh, the little curls that go in there. Does that read lace to me? No, not currently. It's facing the wrong direction, right? Yeah, okay. This is the way... brush. Yeah, okay, so the shape is wrong. I want to carve it out this way a little bit. Just oops, slightly too long. I'll turn that down. So this is, and then hang on, just as a quick. This is the head here. Okay, so get rid of this part here, and then roll this around here. Okay, that's a pretty decent, I think, start for the lace. We'll again reset the size of the brush. Really cover it in. Okay, and then that looks wrong because it doesn't go down below, oops, the level of the head. And then a little bit of a point here, but not too much of one. Okay, that's not bad in terms of overall shape. We're gonna... Ooh, whoops. Nope. Nope. Gonna Once again, trim away a little bit. It's a little large for what I'm going for. There. Does that look like Lace's head? It does. Well enough. Gosh, that is such a large dome. But then again, I guess Hornet also has a very large head. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It just every time I draw it, it throws me off a little bit. Okay, so we got Lace head. We'll make sure we get the eyes in there as well. Reset the size. Oh no, that's too big. And the eyes are here. And here. God, that looks so odd right now. That is kind of what it looks like. I think the problem is right now is not currently, like, the midpoint is not even, so I need to bring it down a bit further, I think. Oh, not erase, I want the black. It's too small. Hang on. Well, it's bigger. This bigger as well. Those are far too large for the head. Okay. That is what it looks like, though. They're too close together? Maybe that's the issue. Let's undo a bunch of that. Just give a little bit more space in between them. How about that? Okay, and then I think the last thing I need to do is adjust where the point comes down to over here, just to make it look like they're facing the correct direction. That looks better. Okay. I will want to mess around with that a little bit more, I'm sure. Oops, nope, the white one. Bring it down here. Just curve it right away, because that's how the design looks. Yeah. Okay, so as an initial pass, I think I'm pretty happy with that for Lace's head. Now we will go with Lace's body. And I'm splitting them up this way because I'm going to want to add some additional shading to their body, to their arms and such, because of like the shade that their head blocking all of the light. So that's kind of why I'm splitting them up, to make it easier on myself in the future, so I can just do maybe a gradient on it to make my life easier. So there we go. We have their head, which, what is happening? Oh, I will say their head is also far too low on this image right now, because their body's going to go off the bottom of the screen. So let us shift this up. We'll do here. Oops. Yeah, okay, and then the body. Well, their body's going like very far behind their head, so they're very much curved like this, and then big poofy pant leg. This way. Big poofy pant leg. Goes to about there. Arm goes good like that, not quite that far. Their other arm goes like that. I am on the okay, nope, we're undoing all of that because I'm on the wrong layer. Going back quite a bit. Okay, it's moved. We're locking the layer. No more painting on the head, we're painting on the body. Okay, try this again, shall we? So they got the neck that goes back here, and then they got their big poofy leg down here, their leg jumping off the ground, then their arm coming from their shoulder, their other arm coming from their shoulder, and then they got their big poofy knee in this direction. And their leg comes down here, like so. Make sure they got the curve there. That looks roughly correct. I think I want to have their leg angled up a bit further. We have a nice like line of action in that direction. Oops, didn't mean to actually draw that. A line of action there. And we have their weapon is kind of as the background, huh? Fairly cute. Straight line. Really cute. That's a bit too far out. We can fix that. Digital drawing. We'll move it in. Like not too far away from their head. It's about there. Excuse me. Yeah. All right. So this arm is too long. Oh. Down a little bit. Assume that both of their legs kind of taper to the points that most of the bug's limbs do. Yeah. Great. Okay. And then I just, jeez, not again. Okay, we're gonna back to the weight, back to this. Oops. No. And then reset the size. Nope. Erase? Nope. Erase. Nope, because I am on the body and I locked the head. Okay. Swapping that around. Locking the body. I'm gonna cut down on the head a little bit because it is slightly too large, I think. There, that's a nicer shape. And then a bit of a bigger forehead. I mean, not forehead, but you know what I mean. Oh, and it is much further this direction, huh? Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So that's, I think, a good start. Thank you. Forgive me for mispronouncing this, but Jastaria? Thank you. Appreciate the compliment. Cool. So if you're, oops, just coming in here, we're just doing a fan art for Hollow Knight. It's going to be the first Lace and Hornet fight. And this is the sketch that I did roughly. So Hornet will be up in this area. Now that I have a kind of a basic shape for Lace down, I want to get the basic shape for Hornet in. Just so we can kind of get a sense of where they will be, and then how to I can start moving around and playing around with the composition of the image. Yeah, so we're about an hour into the stream now, so having all of this done and then having only another hour to work, I really have to kind of prioritize what I want to do, because I do really want as well to be able to get the background, at least in the reference image here, like this big what's the word I'm looking for? The big shape in the background here, the big loom or spinner. So I do want to try to pace myself so I can get all of these elements in at least a little bit. Cool. So we have the rough shape for Lace in, and because their colors are so simple, I'm pretty sure I can only lightly just add some shading to it to really make the forms clear. But for now, I do want to get started on Hornet as well. Let's do similarly, because Hornet's head and her cloak are two very different colors. I'm going to be doing a head layer and a body layer, because I know I'm going to want to probably shade them differently. So not having to worry about isolating when I paint the shading onto each of those is going to hopefully help me in the long run. So everything else is locked. Great. We're going to go back in to try painting Hornet's head, which is also just a white color. So we'll do... Let's just do that. It's going to be further... is she... Okay, so in the game, you're on the same plane, so it's not necessarily important for her to be kind of in the background, but because this is just a interpreted art thing, I think what I actually want to do is, yes, I want to have her be in the background, or actually, because right now, as a still image, what I'm trying to go for is she's dodging out of the way. But as a... I don't know if it reads that way. I don't know if it reads as she's dodging or if she's, like, coming in from behind to attack. But that's kind of... Well, we'll see. We'll... let's not get distracted by kind of the what-ifs of the pose for now. Let's get the base down. And then we can try playing around with composition later to see if there's one that reads better. But from my thumbnails earlier, I didn't find one. Doesn't mean there isn't one. That's not right. Okay. It's Hornet enough shaped for now. Round it out, even them out a little bit. Yeah, okay. So Hornet enough shape for now. Fill that in, make sure it's all done. Hornet's got black eyes as well, so... Oh, jeez. Hornet's face always looks so haunted the first time I draw her eyes. This is too far back. This is definitely... Where does Hornet have a mask? Actually, I know I've mused about this before, but I don't remember where I came down on that. Deciding whether or not I think Hornet has a mask or not, or if it's just her head. Oops, wrong. Nope, 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 nope. Whoa, whoops. Fully changed files, not what I was going for. All right, now I need to pull up an image of Hornet now too, because I cannot remember. Can't remember what her face actually looks like, which, you know, it's one of those things, kind of, no matter how much you think you know what something looks like, pulling up reference images so important. Go open image in new tab. There we go. There we go. Okay, so yeah, the head shape, I feel like got close with the. Look at that. The eyes are far too large for what I was going for. Yeah. Okay. So eyes too large. We will get rid of those and then start again. Also not the right shape either. Not what I remembered them being. So we'll do... a little too far off center, I think. But oops. Okay. Yeah, okay, this one is off. This part here that I want to carve away, because technically in the 3D space it would be occluded a little bit. Where it is. They look too small, but I like the shape of them, so taking advantage of digital art, we are just going to preserve the shape. Just gonna enlarge them just a little bit. Easy bit. I'll grab the other one. This one as well. It's a bit larger. A little bit more because it's closer. Rotate it just a teensy bit. Okay. No, I did it too much. You know what? No, that's fine. It's fine. We'll hold it there. And I will futz with it later when I have more time. Yeah. All right, we're gonna... What is with the colors of the... Back to the brush. We'll do... Let's see here. Back to this. Go to the really fire engine red that I like to use for Hornet's cloak. And then we'll do a new layer again. This will be Hornet body. We'll do... Oh, I don't want it that small. Try this again. Yeah, okay, so that is far too much in that direction. Yeah, okay, so we'll do... kind of, I think maybe we'll just smooth this side out, because as you're jumping over the... be pushing against the wind, so it'll be flatter here, and it'll be, oops, much more wavy on this side because of where the cloak is going to be pushing against. Yeah. Move both of these over just a little bit more. You know what, actually? I think maybe rotate this. So, whoa, I didn't mean to do it. The Hornet is more clearly... Yeah, so looks like she is more... Oh gosh. All right. Yeah, so it doesn't look like she's kind of coming in for the kill. She's definitely trying to avoid the attack here, more so. Yeah, you know what? I think that's... looks good for now. So we have the rough blocking. Oh, thank you, Steven. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out with the backflip what her body's going to be doing. So I think I want I think actually, hang on. We're gonna let me play around with this a little bit more. We're gonna rotate and do full. Oh, yeah, Hornet's got to be behind Lace as well. But we'll do. I think okay. So we'll do that. I don't know. I don't actually mind if he's coming in for the attack here, because that's basically what I did. Jump over and then try to bounce off of her head. Yeah, I think I'm trying to. Let's see. I want. Oops. Nope. We're leaving that. We're going back to the brush. 'Cause I'm trying to think, do I want legs coming down, or do I want, like, because a lot of the time, just based on the perspective, you don't see, oh, oops, nope, come on, wrong button. Okay, there we go. No, I don't actually. So a lot of them, the cloak's going to obscure a lot of Hornet as well. So I think maybe if we go like needle and then have the cloak up and around, do a bit darker, so like the inside of the cloak is up here and kind of you can see here. Then Hornet's body is like here, or needle there, and then, well, no, because the body is going to be, hang on, we're gonna, let me do, so like the body is going to be here. Hang on. Let me, so if you're holding the needle, are you also going to be? Are you basically going to be doing like the same pose as like lace here? So you got like the knee here and then the leg here. Is that how that looks? Or I don't know. Hang on, I'm gonna get rid of this. Try this again. The brush. Yeah, because the oops. The cloak will be here mostly, kind of no matter what. I think just because of the perspective, there's not really much space for, like, definitely have the needle in more this direction though. Actually, if I just get rid of this part here, I'm not upset about just kind of having the undefined limb out there. And then we just get rid of this one. Make it a come to a point because it's the needle. Do just another one. Whoa. What happened to my color? Dark color. Do here. Down. Okay. Zoom in. Down a little bit more. No, looked better before. Do that. I do think, hang on, let's try something. I just take this, I shift it over this way just a little bit. Rotate it. I moved it too far. this side. I think I do want it to be over here. So this is the right leg. And let's get rid of brush. Get rid of nope. Nope. To this side here. We have a leg coming down and her other one will be, in theory, just like coming back down like that, I think is the other leg, so you don't actually see it at all. Oh, and then let us rename this layer to body first. I think I like that. I think that's good for now. Okay. I need to take a quick bio break, so I will leave you here for the moment. I will be back in like less than 5 minutes, so sit tight. I will, hang on, before I do that, let me give you, oh geez, nope. Undo. Nope, that's not the button I wanted. Undo. Okay. Whew. Let me give you the full screen of where we're at right now. Also a quick save. Yeah. So quick 2-minute bio break, and I will be back. I have returned. Okay. Oh dear, did I mute the wrong thing? Well. Cool. Let's continue on. Where was I? So this is the scene that we're working on, which looks good. Let's start with adding a bit more shading and detail to each of the characters for now. And then I'm gonna group them together. Actually, let's do some renaming. This will be Hornet. these together. Group them. This will be lace. Lace, yep. And then we got hornet, yep. Great. Cool. Okie dokie. Yeah, okay, so we'll start working on some shading. So now I need to decide where I want the light to come from. So in the initial reference image, we have here, again, because this is a two-dimensional game, and all of the characters appear to be hand animated. I don't think they have. I don't think they usually have a whole lot of like environmental lighting on them. But given this is a painting, I get to kind of decide where I want the light to be coming from. And in this case, I think I want it to be underlit because they are in a lava dome, basically. So we'll have a light source. Do I have a notes layer? I don't. We'll put the sketch one back on. I think I want to have a light source coming up from the bottom, and then like a kind of a general one coming down from the top as well. We'll have some lighting here, and then like a more orangey one from below. So, no, I take it back. We'll do just underlit because it'll be more dramatic that way. So we'll have mostly the lighting coming up from the bottom, which means that for lace, we'll unlock the body, and we'll zoom in, and we'll do a nice orange light. We'll do. Is that what we're going for? And we'll kind of take it back. We're gonna add ourselves a lighting layer. Oops, nope. Lock the alpha here so I can just paint on it that way. Yeah, great. And let's do that. For now, it will be probably a screen layer. Nope. It will be overlay? Luminosity. I can't really lighten it because it's already on white. So I take it back. We're going back to normal. I'll also have to choose the correct orange color for it. I want it to be pretty vibrant, right? So it would be a nice little... It's far too dark. Nope, I'm skipping ahead too far. We'll do some kind of shading first. So that should be easier to get like a nice little shadow color on lace here, because I know the forms of lace are like here. So if we can give a nice three-dimensional shape to their body, I think that's what we want to do. Some extra additional shadow here because their head is large and shielding it from light. Light's coming from underneath. We'll have, interesting, the shadows being on top of the top of the forms. We'll do a bit of here. And here. We're gonna have to zoom in. Ooh, now I have to decide how I want to. I'm gonna go in between a little bit lighter here. Do some illusion shading. Oh, that's erasing. Nope, that's erasing. To have just a little bit of a gradient here to show a three-dimensional form, unlike more like they're wearing ants, I think is the idea. Oh, I didn't want to erase. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna erase this later. I do need some reference colors. Not the same gray. What is going on? Let me see. I want this to be like a big, more solid block of that color, and then we'll try to do a bit of a gradient. Yeah. Oh, that's not what I was intending. Give ourselves a bit of the light here. Great. Okay, so that's a little bit better. Yeah, and then we'll do kind of a similar thing for Lace's head. I forgot. Undo that, undo all of that until I see the body change back. Okay. There we go. Okay, so about there, and then make sure we go back to the head. Okay, we're done working on the body for now. Leave it there, and now let's color the head. Give some shading and three-dimensionality here. We're going to lock the transparency as well so I don't go painting off the edges here. And we'll do Oh, excuse me. No, this actually side here is going to be pretty much the white. Yeah, okay. I'll do. And then the way I imagine it, at least, is like it comes out from the front of the head and up more like a mushroom. So there will be a bit more the light, like the white color around here, around the head, before it goes into the darker shade at the top. Okay. That isn't quite right, because I think I want this to be more here. Fade away from the... Yeah, so we're gonna do... Okay, instead of futzing around with that too much, again, we're just gonna take a blending tool, kind of smooth it out just a little bit, not too much. I do like some of there to be some like teeth and bite to it, but just kind of blend it in together a little bit better. I need a bit more dark gray up here, I think. Whoops, no. Lighter here as well. Yeah. And then, oh, tough part. We're gonna need to put a shade in here as well, which would give us no. Yeah. Hang on. Let me. What? How is this 3D shaped? So if it's coming out here, there'll be a lighter part here, and then it'll drop off here, right? Yeah. So we'll do. I think I want to have this come in a little bit further in terms of like some of the shading. Okay. Pretty good. I do think we'll go back to the blend a little bit and kind of ease it in at the top. I do want a little bit more and a little bit less like actual sharp edges, because it is like a rounded shape. So I do think that looks rather dramatic, I think. So I'm pretty happy with that. We'll work on their sword now. Lock the head back to the body. From here, I do want it to be ever so slightly darker. brush. Once again, for the body, we shall lock the... no, I'm going to want to change the shape of it as well, so do... Oh dear. That here, we'll make it this side too, because it's object, and then we'll curve it down because it's far too thick for the fencing rapier shape that they end up using. And then nope. Oh my gosh. Okay, better. Rotate this way. Okay. Now, let's... Nope. Erase up this way. Nice, long, thin shape. More. There we go. What do we think? Very dramatic for lace. I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah. Now we'll do work on Hornet next. Lace is locked, can't mess with that. Hornet next. So we'll go from here. Again, we'll do shading first. So I want darker, kind of less, or more saturated red. So that, yeah, looks good. We'll do, again, we'll need a couple of colors. So we'll do dark, light, and then somewhere in between. So, somewhere in between, you know, there's going to be some... Is that this one? In context, that's maybe a little too dark. That's fine. It's going to be some parts of the cloak that are in a bit of shadow, but we'll do erase. Up a bit. Okay. So shadow. Oh, and then we'll lock the transparency. Don't actually want to go outside the lines here, but I do want to get all the way to the edge. Ooh, I can still erase with the transparency locked. That's nice. I can't add to the transparency, but I can take it away. That's good to know. Shade this bit here. Do bit here, and then we'll do some actual very darkest bits shading in here. Cover parts furthest away from the light, like the furthest recesses of the cloak. Not bad. Something is missing. It's has I don't know, I don't feel like it has any movement currently, which means that I need to... Oh, you know what? Actually, the fold should be... Because we're imagining Hornet jumping over in this direction. These all need to be kind of more curved in this way. So if they are the cloak is moving in a swirling direction, the actual outside of the cloak will be further behind. So these ones are actually okay, but this side needs to be also readjusted to be moving in the same amount. It can't be straight in there. These are going to be all swirling, kind of more like a pinwheel. Confusing myself now. Okay, no, goes this way. Nope. Change color. Yeah, there we go. That looks better. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Not what I wanted. Nope. Why are we erasing? What is happening? No erasing. No erasing? What is going on? Okay, I want this. I want this color. Oh, because I had selected the wrong color. That. Alright, that. Here. This. That in. Okay, that has, I think, more of the motion that I want to see from it. This part, not quite there. What is going on? Want to be here. Whoop. Didn't mean to zoom in. Apologies for that, everybody. I want a little bit more lightness. Whoops. Very. All right, I think that's good. I think that's getting the vibe that I want for Hornet's cloak to be there. Once again, we'll lock the transparency so I don't accidentally color things in, and we'll give ourselves a little bit more lightness in the needle itself. Bring that back down to red. Yeah, okay, and then we'll move Hornet just ever so slightly out of the way. Okay, okay. Yeah. Now let's put there the head. I'm gonna give Hornet also some of the same shading as we have for Lace here. We do, once again, bring in some of this darker color here. Oh, and then also, once again, lock the transparency so I don't accidentally change the head shape too much. And for the very darkest bits, do just a little bit up here. Tiniest bit right here. Give ourselves a nice 3D effect. Yeah, okay, and then I'm gonna push this in a little bit here, but make sure that we leave like the head itself as the lightest color. We really want the focus to be on the faces, such as they are for both Hornet and Lace. Okay, yeah. And then I think I want this to go up a little bit here, because the shape of her head is going to dictate that a little bit more. Great. Cool. I like that. I'm going to now bring the blender in as well, just to smooth out the transition a little bit. Because again, round surface, I don't really want there to be hard edges on anything. But I don't want to get rid of all of the brush strokes entirely, so I'll just do a light touch to give the impression that it is still a painterly visual. Great. I like the look of that. Cool. And it is now 11:15. Great. That means I have very little time left, but I think I have set myself up for success. First things first, I want to, as part of the background, we'll make the what do we call it? Background statue. Yeah, but we'll call it big. Reset the size. And that one is a dark brown. Cool. Here? That's a bit too saturated. That's fine. I'm going to probably end up blurring it and putting a gradient over it, so I'm not going to worry about it too much, but I do want like a big dark no, let's make my life a little bit easier, and we'll make sure that it's not too vibrant. Do a big circle over here. Is that where I want it to be? Well, again, separate layer, so I can move it around and adjust placement and composition as I want. And I do think that is close to what I want. And then we'll do from here, give ourselves a nice, a lighter yellow. A little bit more gold. Yeah, okay, that feels good. Here. Whoa. What is happening? Oh. Oh, feels like I'm back in my exercise. Or just painting a sphere, getting that shape. Oh, and then I need to goes up around as well. Get this in here well before I forget. And then I'm just going to go down to nothing. Which will be covered by, I think we'll do, instead of a ground, we're just going to give like a, oh, you know what? We'll do a ground layer too. Ground. Let's do, that is absolutely not what I wanted. And then that color is more of a copper, we'll say. Deep reddish. Let's go. Whoop. And then I won't worry about the fancy ornamentation on it until a bit later. And then I'm gonna probably obscure that because in the reference image here we have like this smoke particle effect from the dash. I think we're just gonna hide our mistakes and our lack of detail under that. So we'll do that, but first I want to finish with the actual background statue. We'll lock the paint there. Background statue. I need a nice, like a reddish color. Deep red for the underlighting here. So we'll do, yeah. And then, oh, hang on. We'll turn on the transparency lock so I don't change the shape of the ball at all. To be here as well, the way it's shaped. Big hole in the middle of it, so we'll get that out. Do here as well. Get this one back. And then I do want actually to, it's much more orange and vibrant up there, huh? Much more into the gold shape. So we'll run that back again. That's a little too bright still. Darker. Goes up here. This one. On this one. Oh. It's connected slightly. Smaller. Here. Okay. Great. Down a little bit. Well. Yeah, down a little bit. We'll do this because I know that the top kind of goes up and around. That. This one needs to be here a little bit as well. Great. Okay. So again, absolutely far too vibrant. For being a background piece, and it's far too detailed. So let's see if I can do Blur. Do Gaussian blur. I can preview it. Great. So if we do. Not too blurry? No, that looks like it's the correct amount of blur. Yeah. Alright, so we'll do that. Cool. And then I want to actually, hang on, before I undo the blur, we'll do just the size because it feels too small. That's too big now. We'll do that, and then we'll do. Now we'll do the blur. We'll do Gaussian blur, and maybe slightly less blurry than this last time. Yeah, there we go. That looks better. Still a little vibrant, but I will first. I want to. Now that I've decided what the color of the lava is going to be, looks amazing. Oh, thank you very much, Steven. Appreciate it. We're not quite there yet. I got another. Oof. 11:25. We're gonna go over the 2-hour limit that I generally set for myself. So, the last thing that I want to do is I want to make sure that I have some highlights to ground both Hornet and Lace in the scene with the background. So I'm going to need to give them some like orangish highlights underneath for the low lighting. So we're going to do that. We're going to do first things first. Let's go back to Lace. And then I have a lighting thing here. Give ourselves a brush. We'll go back to grab this. No. Yeah, we'll grab that color. We're going to need it to be lighter though, because it's going to be on top of white. So it's essentially just going to be no, that's not what I want. It needs to be more vibrant. Is it really just like that? Is that? No, I think maybe my color is just incorrect. Is it this? How about this? Does this look good? Nope, that's not the shade that I want. Here. Nope. Still, whoops. I do want the blur. Blur will stay. What is it? Okay, I'm missing something. Is it screen maybe? No, because again, screen's not going to work because it's I'm trying to do it over light, which is just not going to work. So addition? Will addition be? No. How about color? Color dodge? No. Erase. Oh. I didn't know that was an option. That's actually very cool. Yes, I do. You're right. The pin doesn't look particularly metallic. We will get to that. Part of that is going to be the lighting for sure, and I just need to figure out how, what color I want it to be. Multiply is not it. That's more of a shading thing. I think I just have to do normal. Okay. Just gonna try this again. We'll do hang on, how is this gonna work? Because it's think actually I want to do the airbrush. We'll make it much smaller. I want it to be just gentle on there. And that's okay. That's not... And it's still not the color that I want it to be. What? I guess the question is, what color do I want it to be? I think I want it to be lighter? Around here, maybe? Yeah, okay. Oh, whoops. That's right, can't paint on the face because we're working on the body right now. Trying to be just a little bit of color along there. Then on the head, we'll do another lighting layer here. Yeah, it'll just be like just the very that's not working. Why is that not working? Because it's not... Oh, because hang on, I need a new group for that. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And the head... A little bit of light here as well, or is that not gonna... It's too dark. That's fine. Okay, we'll leave it there like that. Oh, it's not coloring because I'm trying to erase something that's not there. Whoops. It's a little bit of lightness. Just overdo it here, and then we'll bring it back. A bit of dimensional airbrush. Okay, there. Do a little bit. You know what? No, I take it back. I don't need it there. Oops. Okay. Now, the needle doesn't look, or the pin, sorry, doesn't look very metallic. I need to have a nice, strong, what is, oh, stop. Undo a bunch of that. Okay, do that. On the wrong layer. We need to do the body layer. Okay, so we want some strong metallic here. And here. Not particularly metallic because there are no actual like light highlights, so we'll do this nice shiny the straight line here, because again it's metal, so it'll have some sharp metallics. Do maybe just like a little bit of look better. I think it's maybe a little, well, maybe a little too dull, but I take it back. We're gonna undo those lines and Stop. I can't erase that because it's not the thing that I'm erasing. I want to erase this layer. We'll unlock that. Sharpen it up. Actually, go with a solid eraser. Make it smaller. Really try to make it straight and flat. Okay, hang on. I need to rotate this so I can do it vertically. I'm much steadier up and down than I am left and right. Okay. What do we think? More metallic there? Wait, why does Hornets need to look metallic already? What did I... interesting indeed. Okay, and then we'll get rid of the extra color reference dots that I don't need. Do the same thing for Hornet. Unlocking that. The color reference dots. And then what was the color that I used? Was it this one? For Hornet's head, we'll do another layer again as well. Let's, again, group those together so I can just... Oh dear. Not what I wanted. Do airbrush. Once again, let's do... I just want... Oh, nope. Nope. Go back to color. Why is that happening? Because I'm drawing on 2 layers. That's... Okay. So, that one. There we go. Okay. Again, just the lightest touch, just to give us a little bit of color there. And then again, for the body as well, I want a layer here. Similarly, we're going to do just the happening. Oh, because I'm erasing stuff. Gosh darn it. The lightest layer of like solid paint color. Oh, and then the last bit I need is on Hornet's leg. I'm gonna go back to airbrush. I don't mean to be on the red. Undo that. Back to the orange. Oh, that's too close to the background, huh? We're just losing it. Okay. Well, what is happening? Okay. Cool. I think all the elements are there. I'm pretty happy with that. Let's take the next 10 minutes over. I'll give myself another 10 minutes or so to play around with and kind of polish it up a little bit more. So zooming out, what I'm seeing, things for the most part look distinct and good. So I like that. Just overall pretty good. Now what I want to do, and once again, when you start running out of time, you stop naming things correctly, which I guess you can't see because the reference image is in the way. But my layers have stopped being named correctly. But they are all grouped correctly at least, so that's nice. Oh, I do really need to rename that to ground. Okay, so for the background, what I want to do is I want to add an effects layer, so we'll add a filter layer. It's not the blur, I want an adjust to desaturate slightly. So that is far too much desaturation, but that's the general idea. Do I want lightness? Do I want luminosity? Average, minimum, maximum. I think I want lightness. We'll do lightness, desaturate. Definitely don't want it fully desaturated. Reduce the opacity to 25%. Really just make sure that the foreground pops a little bit more. And then I said I was going to do a fog layer above the ground. We'll do that. It will be kind of an orangish gray. And then I think actually we'll do hang on. Whoops. Let me show you the... Where's my brush? Do this one, reset the size so it's bigger. It's gonna no bigger than that. Nope, that's not the right vibe I'm going for. Okay, well, instead of that, we'll do just a gradient then. Yeah, there you go. Simple gradient, just like that. And I think that's going to be covering the ground, which is nice. Maybe I do it just in this direction. Nope, too far. Just that way, to make it look like it's coming more from behind. Oh, no. Too high. Yeah, okay. So we'll just do gradient like that. And then... Do I want another gradient? I think... No, I think that's actually fine. I don't actually think I want to do too much more effects-wise. I do now want to do a little bit of a vignette around the whole thing. So at the very top, we're going to start doing... take this color and we'll saturate it and make it a little bit darker. Oh, whoa. Oh, definitely not. Just do a thing like in the corners there, just kind of bring the shadows in a little bit more. Not too much, just like a little subtly to give ourselves like a little bit of a little bit of focus onto the center of the frame. That was too much. Yeah, kind of like that. So just like subtly darker in the corners to make sure that we're looking towards the center. And then Hornet is nice and bright red. I will say, I'm still not convinced that it reads like she's jumping over the attack, but yeah, I think that's where we're gonna have to leave it for today. I am kind of pretty much out of time. My dog wants to get out and go back outside, so I'm gonna have to oblige her shortly. But here we are. This is where we ended up. The fan art for the fight against Laith in the deep docks. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for hanging out, everybody who's there in chat and who tuned in. Let me hang on. Let's get rid of the reference image. That's not currently important. This is what we got today in just over 2 hours. If you want to see, hang on. Going from our sketch here, we actually didn't end up too far off of what we ended up with our sketch and our and everything. So yeah, whoops, cut off. Cool. Thanks everybody for hanging out. I gotta head off soon. Hope you all have a good weekend and good luck on any kind of creative projects you're going to be taking on. I will be back next Monday to continue the playthrough, my first playthrough of Silksong. Figure out what we got to do next. I think I'm done pretty much on the side quest. There's a couple more places that I want to check out, but then I think off to the first, probably the end of the first act, because the big quest is to get to the Citadel, and I think that's kind of, we'll probably start trying to head that way on Monday. But then after that, it's going to be Christmas time, so I will be off for a couple of weeks, kind of going to visit family and away from my computer, so I won't be able to really do too much streaming. But I will remind you guys of that next week. But yeah, 9:30 on Monday morning if you want to see me continue to play through Silksong for the first time. Again, take care everybody. Hopefully I'll see you on Monday.